Actually, one of the things that was obvious down there, the grass is pretty moist, so it is going to be a different game. Ball might be a bit slippery.
Who would that favour, Lee?
I think Collingwood, if it was going to aside, they seem to be comfortable in damp conditions more than some.
Yeah, I think you would have thought that Joe Watson in the slippery conditions is going to be an even bigger omission. I think Collingwood have got the stronger bodies. They ran the game out very hard last week. Essendon might rely on that free-flowing game, but I think they're a little bit more robust than that. But an opponent like Collingwood will test that.
Colnate at the MCG, officiating along with Hayden Kennedy, Simon Meredith and Sean Ryan. We're just about set to go. Can we get a carbon copy of Anzac Day? What a game it was. Pivotal duel right there. And again in the middle. Ryder and Fraser. Renew hostilities. Friday night football, and away we go. Ryder wins it. Comes down to Prismal. After it was slapped forward by Fraser. Ball runs loose out towards left half forward for the Bombers. Lonergan's got it. Maxwell had him. Slick hand pass. Well controlled by Hocking. Gets boot to ball. Kicks inside the forward 50. How will it bounce? Awkwardly. O'Brien in trouble. Over the shoulder. Davey pushed off the line of it. Close to the boundary line. Davey went down. Brilliant pickup. Didak threads it around the boundary. Tuvey kept it going. Didak's away. Pendlebury back in the action. Hesitates. Back to Didak. Didak forward of right half back. Kicks to a contest. A real contest in front. And Dane Swan gets the free kick. Plays on immediately to Dick.
Some big names you're talking about there early with Pendlebury and Didak and Swan. His pair so good last week. McPhee's got the job on Cloak. He's back in the team for Watson tonight. Just the 1 week out with a calf. Prismal sets up McPhee. Welsh, who's been brilliant in his 2 games back. Winderlick ran into his own players. Back to McPhee. Back to Pears. They haven't panicked. Wide to Lovett. Prismal again involved. So Lovett, who made the long run here on Anzac Day that gave them some hope late. Lockyer. Dyson, who kicked that late goal. And now Lloyd. Back to Monfries and then back to Dempsey.
Dempsey to the middle. 3 to choose from. Winderlick's got it. Man onto the outer side. He goes there now. Real opportunity for the Bombers. Slattery held up. He's about 75 metres out. Prismal, a lot of early touches coming off 25 possessions last week. Short to the 50 and finding space. The star of last Friday night, Andrew Welsh.
And Welsh has gone to Dane Swan after the centre bounce, and Swan there just trying to drop back and support his defence, and Welsh getting dangerous on the 50-metre arc.
Welsh, distance could test him. Kicks from about 60. Good-looking effort. Just off target, snatched across the line. It's a behind.
About high possession footy, that's 31 possessions in the first 2 minutes of play. They're just flicking the ball around.
Speaking of high possessions, Didak again, Wellingham and Swan, who knocks up getting them everywhere, but particularly here at the G. The kick to Cloachy. McPhee's taken a beauty from the front.
He was prepared to play 10 metres in front of Cloak on that occasion, trying to prevent Travis Cloak from hitting up and being that lead-up option for Collingwood's midfield.
Prismal has averaged 23 in his 3 games to date, getting plenty early. Davey on the end of it from Pears. So Pears and Anthony, one of the many terrific duels that we see here tonight when we look around the ground. Davey's kick, Ryder and Fraser, good grab. Maxwell was 3rd man up, but that's a terrific mark.
Paddy Ryder across the ground. Slattery, favoured by the kick, is marked. 45 metres out, directly in front.
It's a dangerous angle. They've got the ball, Essendon, but going from the wing to the true centre-half forward position is a very dangerous angle should the opposition rebound it from that centre-half back position. But Slattery was good enough.
Not bad policy. Fletcher lines up and misses to the right-hand side. The idea was wonderful.
Slattery taking that contested mark when the tagging player, and he's got Alan Dydick. When the tagging player gets dangerous going the other way, it puts a lot of pressure on the player being tagged.
Fraser in the pocket. Lockyer juggled attempt at the mark. Doesn't hang on. It's out of bounds.
Look like Essendon are playing a man-to-man on the kick-ins, which means that they might get caught out on that first kick, but they won't have the second, third free options.
Boundary throw in just outside the 50. Fraser won it down. Dyson slaps it back towards the middle. Lovett lost it. O'Brien can't find it. Davey can. Lucas in trouble twice. Got a hand pass away. Prismal 6 possessions now. Prismal a short one inside the 50. Coming hard, doing well was Goldsack. Dumps it out towards the boundary. Goes after the footy, grabs it. Drives it around the outer side. Cloak edged out of it. McPhee did well. Dempsey has it back to McPhee.
It's been very good early, McPhee.
Good kick.
So Lucas, they work it through the heart of the centre square. Dyson slipped as he kicked. Lonergan's half volley was good. And then touched on the way through to Ryder. Ryder off one step, but reading it beautifully. Shaw uses Swan and then runs and gets it back and takes off with a bounce. Ran into a bit of a dead end, went back to Fraser, back to O'Brien at half back. Harry. What a guy. Great article today in The Age. Looking forward to the interview at halftime with Tim. Back to Pendlebury. Heavily bandaged up. Back to O'Brien. Cloak down the ground. Careful kick. Pears read it very, very well.
He was good last week, Pears. A couple of searching runs up the ground, resulting in goals. Bounce back to top 4. Prismal again. Short one. Lucas had to wait. Takes the mark. Lucas on the wing. Well, not sure he picked up the mark quite. Lucas. Look out. Pears. Bearing down Anthony. Essendon with all the numbers, and they need them. That was labour intensive. McPhee went back to Lucas, to Pears. Now Pears decides to run. Looks to midfield. Searching kick. In front. Ryder. Was he pushed in the back? No. Reamers onto the loose ball, 70 metres from goal. Monfries. Monfries is about 55 metres out. It would take his best from here. Lloyd. Okay, right spot for a left footer. Wheels around, opens up the angle. Tom Cruise may have done better.
You saw Heath Shaw rebound the ball out of 50, and he really took a bounce and went handball to Josh Fraser, but then they had the chance to get quickly into their forward line, but chose to release the pressure, slow it down, and every Essendon player was basically behind the ball at that point.
It's interesting, too. We saw the downside of the multiple interchange. Essendon had the ball at centre half back, and 2 of their players were heading for the interchange bench. So they only really had 16 players that actually were in play.
So Didak, so much of it early, he and Prismal. Now Swan. Lockyer outnumbered. Reamers getting back, takes Medhurst on, good tackle.
Disposal advantage.
Thomas to Beams, chance here for Collingwood, to Cloak. This is their most promising build-up. Dick got rid of his man.
Pushed him out first. 2 hands.
So Hayden Kennedy in game 450, the umpire. And away they go. Hooker. Lovett Murray running hard, and then a penetrating kick to Welsh. Free kick.
He was 100% committed to mark the ball, Andy, so that's not. Just went straight into his back. He was coming back the flight.
The ease in which Essendon actually got it through the centre of the corridor, then compared to Collingwood's labour-intensive forward movements, the pressure, the one-on-one from the Bombers at this stage is slowing down the Collingwood offence.
Straight at it now.
Boundary throwing out his side.
Arms up.
Josh Fraser. And Hooker. Fraser decisively stolen by Winderlich. Taken down immediately.
Ball's pinned. Thank you.
We see that Lee Brown is actually playing the Collingwood forward on the Fletcher matchup, which is that cat and mouse game that everyone plays, trying to get Fletcher out of the defensive 50. Just the moment he's done that.
Shaw with dash gets through. Shaw, long kick towards half forward, full-chested. McPhee took the pace off it. Medhurst slaps it wide. Prismal again. Fires a hot one towards McPhee. Lock you behind him. McPhee clever to Hooker. Prismal burning at the present time. Wonderful stuff by Prismal. 9 possessions. And that won the best of them.
And half the players on the field are heading for interchange. Well, there's a shot at goal.
4 from each team.
Wonderful McPhee.
McPhee was great. He left Travis Cloak when he could influence the contest, and he stayed in it, knowing that he was going to get support from his teammates. Great tap across, and then as you called, Dan, Prismal's been huge in the start of this match. 9 touches already.
28 goals for the season. He kicked 62 last year. We're right behind him, and again he tugs it way right.
Not what you expect from Matthew Lloyd. Usually 2 chances, 2 goals, but not tonight.
Didn't kick a goal on Anzac Day, which is most unusual for him against Collingwood. It's only happened twice in his career. Thomas, well done, McPhee, having a wonderful opening. McPhee and Prismal have been terrific.
And a bounce! They were lucky then, Essendon. When you're having a set shot at goal, you really should have an effective kick-in defence in place, but they didn't. And Collingwood had the numbers. It was just that slight fumble made a stoppage.
So the Bombers letting the Maggies off the hook early. Hooker back. Love it. Good kick. Didn't have to break stride, Hocking. And then delivers inside the 50. Lucas held his ground and took a beauty. He read it well. It bounced off his chest and he had time to wrap it up.
Got to think that the spread of the Essendon forwards has been very good at this stage. We see Nick Maxwell trying to get across to be the 3rd man, but Essendon forwards had spread enough to prevent that.
That's a good kick. So Lucas gets the first.
They certainly just look a little bit more confident, don't they, than they did early in the year. Lloyd and Lucas just were struggling early on. They were flirting again with having Jay Nagle playing at full forward, but now that they're back in their key positions, you can just see that they look better about their footy, that wherever they are in their careers, they're back in their comfort zone. That was a great mark. It was a 3 versus 1, but the 2nd and 3rd Collingwood players couldn't influence the contest.
Collingwood started out being really successful choking the corridor, but on the last 2 occasions, Essendon, who like to get the ball in the central part of the ground, have been able to chip the ball back inside. Prismal first to Lloyd, and then on that occasion, Hocking to Lucas.
Bitterly cold night, but Melbourne supporting this game. Thomas fettered forward. Fraser kicks inside the forward 50. Cloak comes to the footy, snaps. How will it bounce? Runs on and just misses. I doubt either player touched that in the square.
We saw Josh Fraser push forward from that centre clearance. It's when he is dangerous. If Collingwood get their hands on the ball, he will always be pushing forward on that diagonal movement to get involved in the attack.
Things no longer pointless for Collingwood. Fletcher drives it outside the defensive 50, reaching over the top. Lee Brown. Is that a push in the back? Down goes Reimers. Umpire has a long look. Ball slow to release. Skipworth on one knee. Met front on by Swan. Well done, Dane Swan. Thomas in the grasp. Widens things. In trouble, Medhurst. Reimers fought back, won the football. Pears, Stanton, McPhee. Men to the opposite side. Here's a chance for Lovett. Runners alongside. Picks the middle. That was attacking. Slattery's away. Goes searching for a leading forward. Goldsack on the angle. Came across in front of Ryder. Knocked it down to his own advantage. Didak gets a hand pass away. Wellingham comes back to Didak. Dyson corralled him. Didak's kick. Bounces once. Taken by Beams. That's better.
To Wellingham with some time and space. Kicks inside the 50. Fletcher and Medhurst. Cloak doing the roving. Thomas will get onto it and kick a goal.
Fantastic movement by Collingwood. They're still going around the outside, but as we've seen, St Kilda do exactly the same thing, and they're very effective in attack. But Collingwood were able to work it down that wing. thought this kick here was a little bit errant because I thought it was initially for Travis Cloke, but Medhurst did a very good job there to bring the ball to ground without giving a free kick away to Fletcher. And then another scrubber kick by Travis Cloke around the shoulder found Dale Thomas.
2 points the difference, and immediately Thomas takes his seat. Just the beginning of a great weekend. So much footy to look forward to, and the big one, of course, coming up on Sunday. Well, another big one, let's say. The Swan goes back to O'Brien. Goal sack, sweeping hand pass across half back, releases Lockyer. Lockyer towards half forward. O'Brien in the action, works his way in front, and the ball goes out of bounds.
See their hit-outs already. Collingwood ahead at this stage, but inside 50s, Essendon 8, Collingwood 5. I think that's an indication of the match thus far.
Ball out. Beams whipped off it. Dyson close to Reamers. Skipworth back, and here's Lovett through the centre. Kick poor. Presti's got it. Lloyd can't get him, and Presti's away and rebounds inside 50. McPhee worked to the front. Well read by Hocking to Dyson. This is where they've looked dangerous, isn't it? Coming out of half-back in this first quarter. Lonigan, Lovett, Murray to straighten up and go with a long one. Lovett running back with Tuvey. Bouncing ball. Tuvey's going to get nervous here. He needs some help. He does. Well done, Brown. Gold sack. Great tackle, Monfries. Davey has to fish for it. Gets it now. Check sides it and kicks a miracle goal. Brilliant.
Well, that's incredible. Bruce called it as a miracle goal, except we see them just about 1 1/4 these days. That ball control, the ability to make a very difficult kick. The banana on the outside, fantastic chasing pressure by Monfries that gave Davies the chance, but the ability to convert from that half chance was magnificent.
What a talent. What a goal.
Have a look at this effort by Monfries. As a forward, you're thinking you might just set up and get in the wall there, but he was prepared to push up on his opponent and close down that handball receive option and the outlet, and that led to the goal by Davey.
Swan is back in the centre square. Gets a kick immediately, floats it down towards half forward. The mark, though, taken by McPhee. Swan went deep to full forward and was picked up by Winderlick a few moments ago. Now, Davis away, has a bounce, running down towards right half forward. Anthony made it difficult, led towards the middle. As a result, it confused the man coming down the ground, Davis. Pumped out of bounds by McPhee.
Yes, I think at that situation, as you mentioned, Dennis, he was on his right foot boundary side. You just have to go to the space on the boundary side, leading up the middle. The kick can't come to you.
No, had to be a contortionist to get it back to him. Behind the pack, hand pass from Tuvey. Short one across the ground, bounces. It came from Dick. Chopped off by Pears. Davey now across half back. He's everywhere. He's got the speed to travel. Goes to Stanton. What a beautiful kick. His service to Lloyd has been good. Stanton confronted. Dyson, normally a telling kick. No one to kick to. Winderlick's got the ball. Runs outside the centre square. Lovett Murray hooks it goal. He was pushed as he kicked, and the ball bounces out of bounds in the pocket.
That handball of Matty Lloyd's to Brett Stanton was an instinctive first give. Stanton had no space at all, but it was just the way they want to play. They want to take risks. They're prepared just to give it, and then Stanton had someone there running for him. It's just instinctive fast give football.
Ryder doing the roving, and then Lee Brown and Maxwell. Player stopping there, umpire letting it go.
See, Nick Maxwell will always try and drop back a little bit in front of the full forward position, so hitting up his direct opponent, which is Skipworth at the moment, is important for Essendon.
Davey, O'Brien's got him, but Davey still managed to get a handball to Ryder. Well done, O'Brien. Back to Swan, and then Swan hacks it out of there. It was the best way to get some distance. Didak. Well played. Such orientation on the footy field he's got, hasn't he? He just knew exactly what he had to do. He backed back, and what a kick going forward to Thomas, who looks lively. Wide to Beams at 50, now at 49, low. He's got it, Cloak.
Because he made that look good, Cloak. That was a very poor kick from Beams coming in.
Are you happy that he marked it? Yes. Okay, play the mark. No, they've both had a good view. Adam, back here. You're going to have to come around. No. 4 metres. Wait, there's time on, Trent, time on. Come back, keep coming. Perfect, that's it.
Kick 3 last week. That's the best return he's had this year, Cloak. Hit the post. Couple of behinds to Cloak tonight. He's looked pretty good. McPhee started well on him, but Cloak getting a fair bit of it himself.
Here's Lovett. Runs away, drives it towards the wing. Lloyd almost the mark. Well done by Lockyer. A fumble came from Medhurst. Good tackle, Lockyer. Spilt the ball out. Medhurst feeds it back. Bounces up towards the wing. Goal sack. Now he goes forward. Beams in space. The short one, not 15. Well, Medhurst just threw it away. She was right. Having got that decision right too much this year. Fletcher drives it beyond the wing. Didak got to his move early. Overcommitted, fell over terrible. Winderlick on the lead. Monfries.
It was critical that Didak didn't allow his opponent to play on. He just overcommitted. He wasn't going to spoil, but then put himself out of the contest, which enabled the unpressured kick. Monfries will always come at the kicker. That's what he does.
Yeah. Didak had to get goal side and just concede the mark. Monfries. So good last week with 5. Steps inside the 50. Kick is on its way. Slides it across the face. Off hands are behind.
5 goals, 5 kicks last week, Monfries. And their delivery inside the 50 has been pretty good tonight. The Bombers have found a lot of good targets. Beams wide.
Look at Tuvey on Lovett, and he beat him for pace or effort.
Which?
Yeah. Well, he was first to move and was able to get into space.
He's had a solid season, Tuvey. He's just missed the 1 game. Had a lot of footy. Beams has been lively. Here's Swan from the interchange. He's had some remarkable numbers this year, Swan. Decides to go down the line. Thomas and Clark, huge fly from Stanton. McPhee fending off, got away with it. Dempsey in heavy traffic. McPhee's little gift to Dempsey, to Prismal. Now Prismal had to stop and prop, but they've kept their heads well here, the Bombers. Reamers.
That's it.
As Prismal goes to the interchange and Dyson comes on.
Move it on, play on.
So Reamers that kick inside. It was touched off the boot, but again they flirt with danger here, the Bombers.
Dyson, like a rag doll, tossed out of there. Dick goes short. Lockyer's got it. Man on in the square. Nobody near Cloak. Turns around. Cut that into the second tier.
Well, both of Collingwood's goals have come from players that are goal side of their opponent.
Yeah.
Obviously, Essendon are committed to getting numbers to the ball and the run and carry, but twice already in this game, that commitment to get numbers to the ball has meant that they've left a direct opponent in an easy goal-scoring position.
He got a long way from the contest, didn't he, Clayton? A long way clear.
Cloak kick 5 in the Anzac Day match last year. So Collingwood back within a couple of points of Essendon. Massive crowd, good conditions considering the weather in Melbourne this week. Hooker doing his own roving. Reamers. Winderlick, good hands. Back to Stanton. Straightened up. Lucas. Good effort there at the back by Brown. Welsh, quick hands. Stanton couldn't quite take control. Didak was very good. Pendlebury to Swan. Arching his back, Maxwell. Looking for Didak. It sits. Now he's got a little bit of time now, Didak. Wants Cloak. McPhee gave him a little shove out of the way. Davis held up. And then Dempsey's back turn's a good one. And then goes into the centre. Again, a little bit of danger, but Stanton, Skipworth, And all on his own, Lonigan.
Right on the neck. Back 1 metre, Nick Maxwell.
So good rebound footy by the Bombers.
Keep coming around. That's it, Nick. Nice there, thank you.
You'd reckon right on his limit here, Lonigan. They continue to use the centre corridor, don't they? Through the centre, from half back. Well, ran out to get the distance and hooked it. So it's been a tale of missed opportunities in this opening term for Essendon.
Didak again, so much of the football. 12 possessions now as he goes up towards the wing. Medhurst
Has he marked it?
paid the mark.
Play on.
Runs around. Takes something off the kick. Cloak drifting back. Marks at 55. Pendlebury, a left footer. Well, confused them all. Swan running amok. Goes in and misses. Swan now is up to 13 possessions. It was interesting. Not sure what Andrew Welsh is doing. He was trying to unsettle Dane Swan, but judging by that right arm, I'd say he doesn't mind a bit of needle.
It's a high possession game. Essendon have had 112 touches now, 200 between these two sides, and we've still got a little bit of time to play.
Bit of needle, Bucks. As the ball comes back towards midfield, hand pass to Fletcher. Fletcher drives it beyond the wing. Hangs a long time in the air. Remus almost the mark. Spins out of trouble. That was terrific. Kicks inside the forward 50. Not so good. It's 2-on-1. Lloyd knocks it back towards the goal square. Has no help. Tries to get a square soccer on that one. As if he was centering, but he was pushed off the footy by Prestigiacomo, who's made a living impersonating Spanish moss.
That was a good 2-on-1 win by Lloyd. The win in the sense the ball's still in the Essendon forward line.
Maxwell from Fraser's a terrific tap. And Fraser, dangerous kick. Didak and Remus. Remus taking him on and then hooking. Gee, that's a great one-on-one victory for Remus there. And the Bombers keep missing. 2-6 to 2-3.
We don't see this man-on-man approach too much defending the kick in, and it's hard to stop the first kick, but what it means is now when Didak gets the footy, he shouldn't have a free play to go to next.
Well, Collingwood haven't gone to the huddle either, which surprises me. You'd think that by now they would realise it's man-to-man, create some space and have a player spit into a lot more time and space than they've done currently.
So Fraser, after Didak's 13th disposal in this opening term, can Collingwood get a late one here? Thomas working it. Fletcher. Medhurst pushing forward. Lonigan, as he legged, goes back in. Hocking.
Now there's about 3 players lying on top of the player over the footy. That's where I think the umpires have got to say, listen, you can't pile on top of the bloke who's first in.
Stacks on.
In the back is still a primary rule.
You're on the rules committee now. We better take a lot of notice when you say those sorts of things. Fraser. Hocking.
In these tight clinches, and both of these teams are good pressure sides, the ability to control the ball when you're being tackled, when to let it out, when to find a teammate to prevent it from spilling into general space is something that I think Essendon have done a little bit better than Collingwood in this match.
So an opening turn, big numbers to Didak and Swan, McPhee and Prisbal. Essendon had more of it, and a quarter time they lead by 3. It's 2-3 Collingwood, 2-6 Essendon. MCG, this is Friday Night Footy. Just the 3 points the margin.
Adam McPhee, 12 possessions, but just playing spear across half-back on occasions. Prismal started brilliantly, 10 possessions. Didak 13, Swan has 12.
He's a sort of new player almost the last few weeks, Alan Didak, and just the numbers of the ball. He's always been a terrific player with ball in hands, but you never really expect him to be getting his 30, 40 touches of the footy, but just the last few weeks, he's owning it.
Start of the second term, Friday Night Football. Vast crowd, cold night, good game. Ryder over the top, falls behind. Wellingham kicks inside the forward 50.
You now.
Coming across on the angle with a man this time as McPhee. Was that in the back? Apparently not. Rolled him, said the umpire. Pretty good call too. Lee Brown doing the rolling.
Off him now. Off him now. Thank you.
And that forward pressure cannot be underrated. The best teams in the competition do that consistently. Well done by Lee Brown then to prevent McPhee to get a clear possession.
Great call by the umpire too. Watching the replay, Prismal cleverly into the path of a teammate Dempsey. Lovett, Ryder, Dempsey. They all went to Dempsey. Lovett creates some space. Kicks it back towards the midfield. Dangerous. O'Brien has it now. Thought about going to Fraser. Kicks inside the forward 50. Anthony working off his man, takes the mark. Denying Pearce the comeback.
And as soon as Tate Pearce turned around and exposed his chest to Anthony, he had a right to be able to push him as much as he liked. If he was able to back the other way, it would have been very difficult to do.
That's your mark.
John Anthony, he's played 24 games for Collingwood. He's scored at least one goal in every one, including 5 hauls of 4. That's remarkable. 32 goals this season. First touch of the night, and it's a goal.
All clear.
It must be an incredibly difficult and uncomfortable position for a defender. When you know the ball's going to go over your head. It was good play by Lovett to extricate himself, but then when he turned the ball over in the middle, they were going to be in trouble. And as we see, they played the ball on quickly, and Pearce was caught under the footy. We see this, and he thinks, what can I do? How can I get my position back? And a good forward has got the leverage to hold him under the footy, and a good, straight, accurate kick.
So Mickey pointing the finger and John responding.
He was hiding up the back too. Still caught him.
He always positions himself well, doesn't he, Anthony? That was a great mark and a good goal. So he keeps that streak going. 25 matches, goal in each of them. Welsh kicks it inside the 50.
In the back. It's in the back. It's to Andrew Welsh. In the back to Andrew Welsh.
So it's a free to Essendon.
I'll pay the free kick. I'll pay the free kick, okay? It's gone downfield. You've got it. Cut it out. Lee.
So an Essendon kick just inside the 50 against Lee Brown. Stanton's going to take it.
Late in the back. Any harder than that and you're in the book, mate.
He can kick a long goal, certainly on the run. And he's timed that pretty well. It won't be a goal. And again, Essendon. So from set shots tonight, the Bombers are 1 goal 5 and 1 out of bounds. So they've had their chances.
And this is a problem with the man-to-man defence. If one player drops off, it can be an easy exit.
Thomas exiting easily. O'Brien sold into trouble. A bit lucky there. Back to Thomas. Did something similar last week and kicked a goal, but this time was taken out of it, having hand passed to Deck. Comes across from Medhurst to Didak on the lead. Brown. I think it's Medhurst who's down.
Oh, it's Willingham, I think.
Is it? It is.
Didak here, you give him that sort of space. Lee Brown was actually drawn to the space by that kick as much as anything, as we see Willingham come off the field.
Lee Brown has missed a lot of goals this year. He's been invaluable, but his kicking at goal hasn't been great. And again, he starts it way out to the right.
Thanks, mate. Got a meter.
Gee, that's where Didak's so dangerous, isn't he? Bringing it into the 50. Dempsey and then Cloak.
Let's see it come through. Hey Trad, you've got it, mate. Don't worry, you've got it.
The last couple
clear it
of
out, lads. You've got the free.
The last couple of efforts by Essendon to rebound out of their 50. Collingwood's pressure's been fantastic and forced the Essendon player into a couple of errant kicks. We saw Lovett before and Dempsey on that occasion, drawing a couple of shots at goal.
10 goals 5 from set shots. Setting up like Lloyd. Kick 1-2 tonight. Gee, that's a big hack, isn't So Collingwood's turn at the start of this quarter to miss a few.
Just get the feeling it might be the breeze down that end. We've seen some good kicks missed badly.
Well, Blake Caracella said to Tim that the Bombers probably had a 2-goal breeze in the first quarter, they felt. So Collingwood must have it a bit at their back, but it could be swirly. But Fletcher's got plenty of it into the breeze if there is one.
Dyson cleverly. McPhee dragged down. O'Brien falling to the ground. Tuvey soccers it out towards the boundary line. Davey leads and the ball goes out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you what, I reckon it'll be a first if there's a goal advantage at the MCG. The wind just swirls all over the place. It very rarely advantages any end.
Alan Didak feeling feisty. Fraser knocks it down.
He tried to pick that up between his legs and thought he'd give him a bit because it didn't come off.
Give him time. Welsh got it from Hawking. Monfries. Hawking went to ground, tackle by Davis. Didak a fumble. That was clever by Didak, although love it. McPhee bounces off a would-be tackler. Wonderful pressure by the Magpies. Trying to lock it in. In comes Cloak. Attracted a crowd and the umpire will ball it up about 40 metres out from Collingwood's attacking goal. And they would not let Essendon get it out. I think that's a throw.
So Cloak over the top. Slattery. So against Medhurst, the advantage given to Stanton. And now Winderlick. Didak to try and put some pressure on him. He's given up now because Winderlick's away. Runs his full measure. Good kick to Skipworth. That's what they have done pretty well tonight, Essendon. Is kick the ball when they're going forward again to Lloyd. Lloyd gives it to Lucas, who loads it up and goes with a long one to full forward. Did well there, Goldsack. Held his ground. Monfries gets a second crack at him. Still with Monfries high. Oh, Tuvey sucked in.
Well, he made him earn it once he'd given the free kick away, but that's the benefit of just winning the football, putting your head over it and having it in your hands. If you're within range of goal, you can draw a free kick any time.
And staying low, didn't he? He didn't really come up. He stayed crouched down and need real control when you're coming into that tackling position to make sure that you don't give away that free.
The leadership group picked a bit of Monfries' play last week to show this week about second and third efforts. And he's done a few of those already tonight, creating a goal for Davey in the opening term and maybe creating one for him here. And he does, and Essendon back in front.
Particularly then when I think there was 2 Essendon Guernseys and about 4 Collingwood. So the fact that they were outnumbered, but he forced his way to the footies. Monfrey, as we know, an errant tackle, but he has been a really good third tall in recent weeks. Now that Lucas is mainly playing centre forward, Lloyd full forward, he becomes that third marking player.
Actually went down to his knees there, a la Scott West, and got the high tackle.
So the Bombers lead it by 3 points. Another terrific game on Friday Night Football, this one. Hooker up very high, did exactly that. Well done by Beams from Davis. O'Brien comes out very wide towards the boundary and runs out of bounds. Right half forward for the Magpies. He's won 2 out of 3 against Michael Malthouse. Fraser works his man under the ball and flicks it down behind. Davis got a hand pass away. The kick comes in from Beams. Was it Pendlebury who's been quiet? Brown lobs it over the top. Anthony going back has taken the mark about 10 metres out.
Just here. I'll blow Tom on. No, just here. Just here. Okay. Here.
Ball started by Josh Fraser.
Just a metre.
It's a clever kick.
Was a clever kick. So Anthony going at his second. Trading goals at the moment. This to put the Magpies back in front. Well, he's hit the post from point blank range. A man who rarely misses.
You wouldn't believe that, would you, that he would from probably 12 metres out, that was.
I think 50,000 Collingwood fans feel exactly the same way. O'Brien, well done. Good play by Stanton and then by Beams. Lonergan probably a bit high, but he fetched the footy brilliantly and gets it to Welsh. Welsh's handball wasn't great. Important ball here. Lovett's read it best. Releases Lovett Murray.
So it's like holding back the tide with Essendon. Collingwood have actually defended really well when they've got it in their forward line, but we've seen a couple of times when Essendon get up and running, they're very hard to stop when you give them simply a yard to receive and to run.
Leon Davis. Fraser. Well done, Josh. And quickly on.
Get under that. Look out. Swan almost. Pears. Rod to the footy. Dicks. Lightning fast. Beams. Swan. Swan goes from 55. Getting back there, Thomas Slattery did brilliantly. Launched himself, got a fist on it. The danger not passed, though. It comes to Swan from Cloak, and Swan does it himself. Sent it in, followed up, kicks the goal.
Well, that'll be the standard Josh Fraser play. Their ball goes into Collingwood's defence. He goes out to the wing. And this time he got it on the way out. But yeah, he's just a hard worker. Swansea gets a lot of the footy, runs hard, uses it, gets into the next passage of play. It's a really good game of footy. I don't know whether sometimes Essendon are just fantastic to watch most games. And tonight is no exception. Great game of footy.
Dale Thomas's body on the goal line is very important. That's about the second or third time he's put a good shepherd on to create space for a teammate or to assist in that score on that occasion. Underrated for those efforts he is.
Gee, Fraser, well done to Davis. And then Davis straightens up, cloaks the target. McPhee, Anthony doing the roving, still with the footy, got it out. Cloak a left footer off the ground, goal. It's happening now.
Cloakey's up and about, isn't he?
Yep.
10 touches, couple of goals, and he's missed a couple that he also could have kicked.
He's had 5 shots for goal.
And
look at this ruck work.
That's a great tap, isn't it? Not often that you get them that clear out of that centre square situation, but the pressure of Collingwood in this area has been great. McPhee's given Cloak a lot of space. He was involved in that tackle, but Cloak's found a lot of space on a number of occasions.
Show me the money. Farmer to Goggin. Oh, where is the money? Bit outs to advantage. Well, that's a story. Hooker with a job to do, too easy. Tapped down again by Fraser. I don't know where Paddy Ryder is, but they need him and need him quickly. No offence to Hooker. There's the bounce. Fraser and Hooker. Fraser again. Laid it down. Pendlebury wrapped up immediately. They're flirting with danger here.
I reckon it should be a gentleman's agreement when Hooker's in. Lee Brown goes in for Collingwood.
Here comes Ryder now. He was at full forward. He's running up the ground. Won't get there in time for this one. Oh, Hooker's back in form. He tapped it down. Tuvey. Stolen away, though, by Lovett, who kicks it over Ryder's head. Ryder is running back. Juggled mark, though, is taken out there by Maxwell. Will that be 50? No, play on's the call. Strong tackle by Lovett. Murray.
You saw him. You saw him coming at National Hollywood.
So what was the explanation? And why isn't it a mark? NFI.
Looked a super effort from Maxwell and a great mark. Wellingham, Pendlebury, Lloyd's tackle. Too aggressive.
They've definitely arrested control of general play in this quarter. The rev up and the raz that they got from Mick Malthouse at quarter time is definitely taking effect.
So Goldsack getting it from Maxwell and then loading up to full forward. Big fly came from Medhurst at the back. Didak went to ground. Anthony, well done though by Slattery. Oh, gee, Medhurst hard and McPhee. Back to Cloak. Can't get enough on that. It is touch play on. Anthony brought down. I think it was Slattery. Ball out. Dyson first hands on it. Willingham with him. McPhee kicks it away. Lovett Murray needs clean hands. Hasn't got him for the moment. Well done there by Beams. I think it was no Tuvey. It was. Back to Goldsack. Back to Brown. Great pressure. Too much in the end.
No! None of that! None of that!
Nathan Brown, just forward of the wing, comes out very wide. Here's Didak again. Spent some time on the interchange bench. Obviously a little cold. Fiddles with the football. Now he goes back. Fraser marks barely 15. Fraser on the wing. Wellingham comes strongly. Didak now up to 16 possessions. And Wellingham with the football. Right half forward. Sets it up. All Essendon. Robert Murray. Can go to Lucas or goes shorter. Prismal has it. Up from the back pocket. Reimers wants it. He could be the next link in the chain. Lucas has got the ball. Now Reimers is covered, but Dyson is on. I say, oh, never mind. Comes back this way. Our broadcast side looking for Hawking. Off hands. Spinning out of trouble. Will almost Slattery. Back to Hawking. Worked out okay. Dyson was still on. Take my word for it. Winderlick goes inside. Skipworth wheels around. Look at the numbers they've got here. There's Dyson. Dyson forward of the wing inside the forward 50. Terrible. Harry O'Brien gets on the end of it.
It's been good, Harry. Wide to Shaw. And then Shaw using Maxwell's run. So the captain getting away from Ryder. They need a goal, the Bombers here. It's only a kick and a half in it, but I feel like Collingwood's got control of it for the moment. Maxwell's high one. Still Carlton was in that position this time last week. Anthony missed it. Thomas back to Pendlebury. He was looking for Davis. Reimers overran it. Hooker. Can he use down the line? Well, he wants Slattery now. Thomas cleverly got it away. And then Winderlick on the up. Lovett dropped it. Lockyer and Didak. Didak tried to draw Tuvey to the handball, but he just didn't read it. And then Lovett's kick puts great pressure on Pears. Chance for Collingwood.
Pendlebury spins out of trouble, goes outside the 50. Tuvey, Thomas, Didak loves this situation, measures the kick, goes to the pocket. Lockyer's taken the mark about 30 metres out.
Tarkin, you're going to have to come around now.
Didak
You're going to have to come around now.
in wonderful form. In the last 3 games, he's had 33, 34 and 39 possessions. At the time, each was a career high. So obviously, daring Peter Dacos to make a comeback.
The big thing is at 13 kicks. That the fact is, if you can get the lot of the ball, and he's such a good kick, he just sets it up so well.
And this guy can kick too. Tarkin Lockyer. Masterful.
They really have stabilised this match, and there's not going to be any easy goals to be got. There's not going to be any easy possessions because both of these teams are pressuring quite well. We see here just numbers to the ball. Pendlebury able to get in and under. Tuvey again on the loose ball, and then Collingwood's ability to spread and to find a loose player. Lockie's been quiet, just his 3rd kick for the night, but he kicks directly and accurately.
So Collingwood making a move here. Lockyer, 21 goals for the season. He's kicked 3 a couple of times on Anzac Day. He's got a remarkable sequence of 121 consecutive matches. Well done, Davey. To Stanton. O'Brien to run hard. Well, no free kick. Probably good decision. And Lonergan did well. Prismal straightens up. Goes for goal. Won't be one. Maxwell's got it. Good pressure again by Collingwood. The close on Stanton was important there. And Maxwell's kick is a beauty to you-know-who. Didak again. To Fraser.
Stay clear.
Back to Didak. He's like the quarterback, isn't he, at the moment? He kicks to centre wing.
That's 20 for him. Dempsey. Dick. Close to the boundary line. Dempsey takes it across.
He would have been very appreciative of Harry O'Brien.
Yeah.
Here, Stanton and Didak started on the wing together. Stanton got off, died a long way off Didak, but certainly his chase down by O'Brien was magnificent.
He's very sore off the back of that. Alwyn Davey might have a bit more space than normal in the next 5.
Welsh got it from Stanton. Dempsey. High ball. Davey knocked away by Didak. Down goes Shaw. Stealing away is Lonergan. Towards the 50, and Lloyd didn't break stride. Back it comes to Lovett. Lovett strides to 50. Terrible kick. Chopped off by Brown to the outer side. Collingwood are queuing up around the outer side. Runs on to Didak. Cruising past O'Brien. Has the bounce. Now he settles just beyond the wing. Kicks down towards the attacking 50. McPhee came hard. Got a fist on it. Knocked it out of bounds.
Joe Watson, who's had such a spectacular year, apparently did a fitness test and wasn't far away from playing. As I thought, had it been a Sunday match, he might have fronted up tonight. And G. Fraser just got rid of Ryder, and then goes bang and puts it through for a behind. It looked a chance, didn't it? Unfinished business, from Anzac Day. He's doing well, Fraser.
He's obviously a proud man. He's taken stock and he's dominated tonight. Just dominated.
So Stanton in the back half. They haven't been able to get the ball through the corridor like they did in the first quarter. The Bombers are going there again, but their numbers are against them.
Harry didn't need to do that. Davey gets the free. Back end of the centre square. Plays on. Welsh. Quieter tonight than he was last Friday night. Davey in all sorts of trouble. That's holding it. Collingwood's pressure terrific.
That's your mark. Clear it out.
Dick's got the footy. Heath Shaw on the overlap. Probing kick towards the attacking 50. Anthony tracks it. Can't get there in time. So boundary thrown out his side. Just over 5 minutes to half time. Again the pressure. The second man there to apply it. Comes across to Prismal from Hocking. Kicks it beyond the wing. Strong mark taken by Lloyd. Pressing up the ground now, Lloyd. Ambitious kick. Kicked in hope. Winderlick made it look okay. Plays on. Short chip inside the 50. Low down. Lovett Murray.
When you've got that tall forward target that can lead straight and hard and take those contested marks, it just really does set up your offense. Lloyd's ability there to clock that mark on the lead.
He wants to give it off.
Created this opportunity.
Well, Blake Carousel said it was worth 3 goals. If that's the case, he should just about score from here. Gives it some air. Distance wasn't a problem. It's out of bounds on the full.
He's had 3 shots for goal tonight, Lovett Murray, for 1 behind and 2 out of bounds. Willingham straight down the centre. Cloak and Pears and McPhee again to the third man, did very well. O'Brien to fetch it though. Takes Welsh on, gets it to Pendlebury. Pendlebury looked up, he liked what he saw. It was Heath Shaw, and then Shaw quickly onto Lockyer. Well, Fletcher, that was interesting. Good result in the end. Pears, Thomas, Pears, Fletcher looked, saw Thomas coming. Well, that's interesting. Goal!
Well, that was making the half chance. You'd like to have a look at this again. I thought Essendon had knocked the ball through from behind Fletcher there for a sec, but very smart thinking here by Thomas. Let's have a look at it. It's Thomas, isn't it? Fletcher's not sure what to do on the goal line. These soccer goals, we just see them so regularly. Just, well, that's a dead heat.
Multiple goals for Thomas for the first time this season. It took a leg to be longer than his arm, but it worked out as far as Collingwood were concerned. And again, the defender put in an awkward situation there. Fraser again. Pendlebury comes away. Kicks to half forward. Essendon in trouble now. Here's Dempsey. From half back towards the wing. Dyson is stretching. It stays in. It's 2-on-1. Dyson looks to the corridor. Nice kick to Lonigan. Plays on. His pinpoint with a kick. Skipworth has it, 70 metres from goal. Back leading is Lloyd, goes in that direction. Some holding, no free kick, falls in front. Up comes Shaw in the opposite direction. Windelek shorted brilliantly on his knees. Fraser again, knocked away by Davey. In goes Beams. How's that for a crowd at centre-half forward for the Bombers?
The defensive forward pressure in both sides' defence. The ball isn't really flying out of those congested situations in both forward 50s.
Mark McVeigh looking on. Missing tonight, disciplinary reasons. Missed last week through suspension. Maxwell's kick. Wellingham, terrific pick-up, and then confidently takes Fletcher on, draws it to Medhurst. It was a poor handball in the end, but full credit to Dempsey, who read it very well. Can they get a goal on the rebound? They need it. McPhee running away with a bounce, trying to draw a man to him, goes wider to Fletcher. Fletcher's high ball. It's all Collingwood. Well, O'Brien missed it. Swan, O'Brien, conceding backwards, puts Presti under a bit of pressure, but he got a good bounce, and then Presti goes wide. They've got numbers again, Collingwood. Maxwell, Brown provides a Shepherd. That's a good kick over the top. Beams uses Harry O'Brien.
Now, this will be interesting. Generally, they've got in behind them. Beams a centering kick. Brown comes on the lead, works his way in front. Cloak arrived quickly, and with some venom feeds it back. Swan, and again in the square, Medhurst unchecked, turns around and kicks the goal.
There was some strong body play by, I think it was Cloak, wasn't it, who just took on the Essendon tackler. There was two of them clinging onto him. I think we see this here. I think it was Cloak came through, just brushed off the tackle, and as soon as there was three Essendon players that are basically out of the contest, and he just popped into the goal square, Medhurst.
That's one. Snapped that. Thought they could have been shepherded through.
Dominating here, 6 goal to 1 quarter.
Kicked the last 5.
Yep. And plenty of goal kickers too, with Medhurst, Anthony, Thomas, Lockyer, Cloak and Swan.
Well, they've turned the screws. That's what they've done. They were challenged in the area that they're generally strongest, and they've been able to respond, the Pies.
Suffocating them, aren't they, at the moment? Beams, O'Brien, Pendlebury and Remus. Remus, good job. Back to Skipworth, forced to go with a long one to centre-half forward. Well done, Presti. Lloyd's taken 6 marks, but no damage on the board. Maxwell, Didac the target. Beautiful mark. He just kept hocking at bay, didn't he? He knew exactly where the footy was. Made his run at it at the right time. Medhurst, who's got beautiful hands. And Collingwood look every bit like a top 4 team at the moment. Cloak.
And this is the interesting matchup, because Cloak has gone a little bit deeper. They've decided to go with Pears rather than McPhee. Cloak might have the experience in that regard on the lead. I reckon McPhee had Cloak on the lead, but not Pears.
Now, whistle's gone.
50-metre penalty.
Stay clear, guys. You're being stupid. You're being stupid. Hey, Lee. I know. No. Paid the 50. Clear away, guys. Right, I'm going to set it up.
Looks like it's against Remus. And Cloak kicks his 3rd goal for the half.
Yes, there was just a bit of an altercation 20 metres out from the Collingwood goal, but we see it here. I think an Essendon player ends up in a bit of a headlock. Not that one. And I think it was that slight headlock on Brown was the incident. Not a major incident, but a big penalty.
Well, Cloak becoming a major factor, isn't he, with his 3 goals in the opening half. And it's unravelling for the Bombers here. Coming apart at the seams. Lockyer through the centre. Collingwood winning most of the clearance breaks now. Hocking, well done. Just got to get a goal here. I know Times against them. They're going in the wrong direction. McPhee, well done. Gets it out wide. Welsh to Hocking. And then Hocking's little kick to Davey. And Davies quickly on. Well, Skipworth in trouble now. Goes backwards. Lucas on the up. Got a bit on it, but it's not going to be a score.
Yes, you wonder why Elwyn Davies doesn't go back and have a crack. He's not a long kick, but that would still only been a bit over 45-metre shot directly out in front.
Can they conjure something here? Well, Fraser took it out of the air. Prismal, well done. Winderlick rather. And Collingwood's tackling has been a feature of the second term.
No, it's tackled straight away.
29-21 now across the course of the game, but Essendon were up in that stat early in the match. Collingwood's pressure has definitely given them the opportunity to attack more effectively this quarter.
So Fraser using the body and then doing so well here and getting it out of the danger zone. They'll love that, Collingwood. First time this season the Bombers have conceded 7 goals in a quarter. Collingwood turned it up there. And at half-time, they lead 9-6 to 3-8. It's 60-26 at the long break. This is Friday Night Footy.
The Bombers with a lot to do then. Friday Night Football started the second half.
And hasn't Josh Fraser been huge after copping the whack after Anzac Day? He's responded.
This time Ryder does win it. Stanton though runs into a dead end.
Thank you.
Yep. Josh Fraser rising to the challenge. Good players do that. Again, Ryder wins it down. Going to stop that. Ryder out of the middle, down towards half forward. Down in front, Swan, another possession. Love it. Needs a favourable bounce. Well, he made it his own, stifled the bounce and runs away forward to the wing, tumbles one down towards half forward. Swan again, shuffles across, not required. Ball is out of bounds.
One thing Collingwood won't be doing is resting on their laurels. They lost the game against this opponent that they thought they had in their keeping earlier this season. So they'll be wanting to start this half the same way they finished the first.
Come through.
Shaw and Winderlick. Been a free-flowing, high-scoring team, Essendon, over the last few weeks, but just the 3 goals tonight. Just wasted so many chances early in front of goal. Welsh stood up very well in the tackle, and then Remus gets a fair bit on it, but again, it's wide of the mark.
Who wants it?
And Collingwood to bring it out.
Come back around here.
Well, he's at the height of his power, Swan, isn't he?
He's happy to push deep too. He's more than happy to get into that back 50. I think the Collingwood midfield are sort of pushing back to help bring the ball out. Just a bit better than Essendon have been as the game's gone on.
Thanks, Paddy. That's it, Paddy.
So Fraser at half-back.
Very high kick towards the outer side wing. Dempsey floated through, missed the football. Dick comes away, kicks to half forward. McPhee. He's held up pretty well, although Cloak has slipped him a few times, and that's proven costly. Fletcher, Lucas, a long way back. Across the ground. Slattery, short one is on. Dempsey, defensive side of the wing. Suddenly going pretty wide. Remus, clever mark, now he's away. He's got pace. Has he got accuracy? Kicks. And kicks a goal.
Initially, the defence by Brad Dick out on that wing was very good. He was 2 against 1. It was Remus and Dempsey, I believe. And Dempsey was able to split, get in the middle, and then used Remus. Dick worked hard, but once again, we saw Didak do it in the first quarter, lost his feet when Winderlick took the mark out here. And Dick here needed to keep his feet and squeeze Remus, get goal side and squeeze him and make him go back behind his mark, but not to be.
Well, that helps. Anthony Rocker, we saw him at halftime talking to Travis Cloak. Big question mark whether he can come back this year and play any part in Collingwood's drive towards September.
His body's failed him a few times, hasn't it?
Yep. Ryder winning it again to Davey. Back to Slattery. Slattery's low kick. Well, Maxwell probably could have marked it in the end. Winderlick couldn't quite get through. Goldsack had a bit of it. Then Nathan Brown did very well, and then Leon Davis. Slattery, terrific effort, but O'Brien ran it forward. Now Tuvey sweeps out the handball. Dane Beams, well done. That's a wonderful handball going backwards to O'Brien, to Didak, and then Didak on his wrong side, casually out in front of Dick. Handball back in board, not a good one. Cloak had to stop, and then Ryder on the up.
They bring it away. Stanton, Dempsey, now McPhee to the wing and Monfries. They're trying hard at the moment, the Bombers. They need to be rewarded. Dyson, did he keep it in? Once his left side runs into trouble, just waiting for him was Wellingham. Like a Venus flytrap, got him and the ball's out of bounds. Dyson pretty lucky there.
I think he had one of two intentions or one of two outcomes there. He's either going to holding the ball or he's going to get it out of bounds, and I thought that might have been deliberate.
Hocking over the football, O'Brien. Well done by Fraser, going back, intended for Wellingham. Fraser comes again, great second effort. Beams hand pass to Wellingham, knocked it down. Tuvey back to Wellingham. Goldsack out of defence. Very high ball to the wing. Medhurst, a little push, a timely one. Gets free once, twice. Hand passes wide. O'Brien. Collingwood on the move. O'Brien back to half forward. McPhee's in the road. Love it.
Through the centre to Welsh. That's how they started the game, Essendon. And then Welsh, Monfries. As Lee said, he keeps presenting Monfries. Long way from goal. Kick to full forward. Lloyd. Well done, Presty. Lloyd ducked his head down low. Good contest.
I'll have it. Wait him up now. No, ducked his head.
Essendon got their tails up. They actually had a couple. Stanton was running hard in the space in the forward pocket then, as Monfries wheeled onto his right foot, just didn't see him.
Maxwell belts it away only as far as Winderlick. Stanton, oh, great tackle, Nathan Brown. Fraser, Monfries' left foot. Lloyd couldn't quite, still Lloyd. Presty did so well not to give away a free kick. And then O'Brien to Wellingham.
Bring it back. 50,
Free kick to Collingwood, and now 50.
Okay, thank you. Just here.
What we saw from Simon Prestigiacomo then was very similar to what we saw Welsh doing to Chris Judd in stoppages last week, and it's part of the game, that ability to pressure without giving a free kick away.
Was that the retractable 50? Was it awarded then pulled back? Haven't seen that before. Maxwell has the ball at centre half back. Obviously the umpire's deciding that perhaps Collingwood had the football and not Essendon. These things happen. Ball comes up towards the wing. Swan in front. Oh! Almost a beauty.
You see Matty Lloyd shepherded by Dane Beams, but happy just to take him to ground.
Thomas found a way through. Wellingham. Fraser, one of his best tonight from the wing, drives it inside the forward 50. Hooker goes back over the top. Anthony. Play on's the call.
Just thinking about that 50 metre, perhaps the umpire decided that Beams wasn't a handball receive target, because if he'd have taken him out as a handball receive target, that would have been 50 given the new rule.
Didak getting rid of Davis, actually. Then a little one forward. McPhee high.
There it is there.
So against Brad Dick. Just hanging on the Bombers, but they've started this term a lot better. They can get another goal here. Things can happen. They kicked 16 of the last 18 goals last week. Not suggesting that'll happen tonight, but they have come from behind a couple of times this year. That's not good by Hooker. Pendlebury, Medhurst drew a couple to him, and then Goldsack to Davis. Well, that's a costly turnover.
Yes, I think Hooker tried to make something of that play, but when he turned the ball over by hand, we knew the Collingwood players were going to be streaming into the forward 50. As soon as the ball didn't get maintained by the possession by the Essendon team. There was a Monty, there was going to be a Collingwood player in the forward 50.
Davis has kicked 19 goals this year, and remarkably 16 of the 19 have come after half-time. He's been a good finisher for them in the second halves. It's a good kick.
I think Adam McPhee obviously playing on Travis Clyde, praying in front of him, trying to get loose, but you can see Davis is here on Dempsey, just short of this stoppage. Dempsey kept going to the ball, and Davis spat into the forward 50 into space. It wasn't Dempsey, it was Andrew Lovett. But the transition that you were talking about, Lee, worked in Collingwood's favour on that time.
Only 8 possessions, but he can hurt you. Young group from Kinglake enjoying themselves, and that's terrific. Ryder over the top, follows up, tries to flick it out. Dyson at the base of that, and the umpire will do it again. That was a timely goal. Big moment in the game. Bombers were really working hard trying to get back into it. Pendlebury comes away. Maybe the air is out of the balloon. McPhee, he's in real trouble. That's holding it. Terrific tackle by Cloak. Emerging with it, Lockyer. Lockyer lines up. Going back is Fletcher, not in time. May have brushed the post, did it? Apparently not. Wrong side of the post. Hooker, anxious to make amends.
It's got Prismal short and on the burst. So Prismal at half back. A lot of the ball tonight, Prismal.
50 metres early and you went straight off the mark. Come on. No. Back to Brent Prismal. You knew where the mark was, mate. You just elected to go a metre or two straight over it. You knew where the mark, yeah, but you can't cut it off like that.
So Prismal up to almost half forward. Lucas starts off on a slowish lead. Skipworth provides one. He's going to go to Lucas. He kept going, Scotty. And then goes with a shorty to Slattery. It's a good mark.
Just back another metre.
Rather Skipworth, I should say.
Play on.
And then Skipworth going back to Fletcher. Fletcher we know can long bomb, but he's on the back foot.
Play on, not 15. Play on.
Heard the umpy. They're doing it by degrees here, the Bombers.
Every player within 75 metres of the Bombers' goal.
So Pears, little one.
Oh.
Winderlick.
Just back a metre. Just back.
Didn't look 15, did it?
You're right. I think there's 17 Collingwood players in the back 50.
And Maxwell takes the mark. So the one captain led, and the other one was able to get over the top. Here's Wellingham.
Wellingham drives it to the outer side. Lockyer. That last couple of minutes would be hard to explain to Tom Cruise. Around the outer side, beyond the wing, stretching. Swan gets to it.
That was a 120-metre effort across the field. Prismal started with him but couldn't stay.
He's a genius, the Swan. Pendlebury. Interesting kick, effective. I'm not sure he meant it. If he did, it was a wonderful kick. Cloak took the mark. Kicks it right across the face of Golden. Maxwell! Always his. The skipper didn't stick the landing.
Well, he took the last the mark from the Essendon kick into the defensive 50 for Collingwood, and then he's up the other end. You can just see here Lockyer taking it out of the defensive 50, and that was the one. The next kick went to Swan, but great contested mark there by Maxwell.
So, for all their effort, Essendon could fall further behind. Well, Maxwell never gave it a chance.
Seen a few big misses tonight from set shots from both teams in the end. The Bombers started off that way. Dyson wide to Ryder.
2 metres, Josh. Thank you.
Ryder, but not a great option though. Lucas has done very, very well there.
Thanks, Scott.
It was a 50-50 at best, you would have thought, for Lucas, but he was able to take it, controlled it with one hand, and then brought it down. Another high one, and Skipworth's in a hopeless position here, outnumbered completely.
Blood rule.
So someone coming off for the blood rule here.
Thank you.
Hayden. Yes, mate. No. Mr. Skipworth.
Not sure what the sack was thinking.
So Maxwell.
Takes a seat.
See the arms.
Boundary throw in just outside the attacking 50.
Play on.
One of the few pauses we've had tonight. Pendlebury and Swan combine. Ryder, Didak did well. Fraser back to Swan. Three very instrumental players. Kick around the outer side, not good. Dempsey gets back. Bombers on the move again. Dempsey across the ground, comes to Hooker alongside the centre circles. Feeds it inside the corridor. Prismal goes to one of their longest kicks. That's Fletcher. Gets onto it offline. Lloyd on his chest.
Well,
Don't throw him on now because you've got to come back around, Matty.
Swan and Medhurst were in the area, but if Simon Prestigiacomo can't put the fist on it, perhaps one of those two could have gone third man up, but they had that much confidence in him to bring it to ground.
Difficult kick for a left footer. Twice he's booted 8 against the Magpies. Goalless tonight. That's a clever kick. Kick of a champ. Puts it through.
Just wondering if Nick Maxwell got that blood nose in the marking contest. Might have been an idea to make it obvious to the ump to give someone else a shot at goal. But as the ball came in here, Matthew Lloyd's body work has been very good so far tonight, and it has to be against a player like Preston.
I've seen that in the screen all the time, and there are extra Collingwood jumpers in that marking contest, even though Essendon have got a couple.
So 920 goals for Lloyd, exactly half of them at the MCG, 460. Only Richo on 464 has kicked more goals at the cricket ground. So Lloyd, good mark. He's been so competitive tonight. He hasn't had a lot of scoreboard pressure on Collingwood, but that's a good second half goal. Still a 5-goal margin though, and they need the next one. Good tackle. And Cloak, who's imposed himself on this match.
Nathan.
Yep.
6 goals in the last 2 weeks. I feel like he's building up for a big second half of the year.
Well, last week against Fremantle, he looked like he had the hunger back, and he's carried that on tonight.
Swan to Beams, and then Beams off balance with the kick. Taken by Dempsey, and then Dempsey takes off. Good kick to Skipworth. Skipworth looks up. He's got Stanton short. Not a great kick off the boot. Made it very difficult. Lloyd backtracking. Can't quite get their ball. Skimming away. And a wry smile from the captain and the coach. Well, he knows the job's not quite done yet.
One thing I do like about Essendon and the way they play, they're never beaten, and I reckon they play, their low standard is still pretty high. They've got a consistent style of football that they commit to.
Bree, Wellingham, Didak. Welsh was the third man up. If you go up third, you've got to hit the footy. Didak. Collingwood had the extra man on the ground. Cloak, Wellingham out of bounds. So the Magpies looking for 6 straight. No doubting there for real. Thrown in, Ryder in front. Oh, wonderful by Fraser over the top. What a night he's had. Hocking, though, emerges with it. Goes to Stanton. McPhee. Untidy kick going back with courage. Davis takes the mark shy of half back. Beams his metres in the clear. He can run up the gut now. Long kick. Anthony drops back. Dangerous. Very dangerous. How often have we seen that tonight?
You've got to remember, we're looking at a player that was recruited as a fullback. Not that bloke, but this bloke. What a great mark.
Take it out, please, Amita.
It was a beauty.
Thanks, Henry.
Check that hand for Velcro. The kick from 15 metres out directly in front. Oh! Most unlike him. That's his second miss from inside 20.
There's been a little bit of fullback in these last couple of kicks.
Been a number of occasions. The Essendon defenders are really trying to take the front position. McPhee's been trying to do that on Cloak, and the ball's come over the top a little bit, an advantage to Collingwood. But I think, generally speaking, you've got to try and get your defenders being prepared to take that front spot.
So a couple of posters to Anthony from point-blank range. Most unlike him. He's got a great pair of hands. Lucas catching it well there. Hocking, Welsh, Fletcher. Should be okay. Kick to Lovett Murray. Just can't make many mistakes, Essendon, for the rest of this quarter, you think. A goal or two here, and game on, you would think. Lovett Murray wide. Lovett.
No, 4 metres around.
So here's Lovett winding himself up now. Good looking kick. Oh, well done at the back, Wellingham. Monfries kept down low. High tackle first up, it looked, but he was low.
Yeah, he tried to drop his body again, drop to his knees and get a free kick that he received at the other end of the field, but not to no avail on that occasion.
Play on it here.
Pendlebury, quick hands, O'Brien, Didak.
Play on, rolling.
Davey was chasing, hence the problem. Skipworth, stationary, kicks it down towards full forward. Could have almost been a free kick there to Lonigan. Goes again, had it slapped away. O'Brien, hot potato. Slattery stole it away from Prestigiacomo. Kicked it straight up in the air. Thumped out of there by Lonigan. Turning around as Lucas. Behind. Scotty Lucas made his debut against Collingwood, Anzac Day 1996. His first opponent was Shane Watson. Not the cricketer, but probably Shane, the footy Shane, is still the fitter of the two Shane Watsons.
Skunk.
Wellingham, oh no.
Bring it back.
It's a bad defensive error from the kick in, but
just on the corner if it was.
one of the things that Collingwood have done really well from this last couple of quarters is just to get that extra player or two back in defence. And every time Essendon go forward now, there's just an extra Collingwood jumper or two between them and their goal. And the Essendon spares are getting stuck in the middle of the ground. They're not being able to really get back so much into Collingwood's forward line.
The paradigm there is you've got to think inside the square. Going after the football, Didak. Hurriedly towards the boundary. And Lucas can't keep it in. It will be thrown in.
So Maxwell itching to get back on. He's a handy man when the ball's coming in high to the forward line.
Seen a few of captains with the blood noses recently.
And the piggy snout.
Brown got down low with Hocking. You wouldn't have been too vain to wear one of those bucks, would you?
Whatever you need to do to get out in the field, Bruce. A little.
So a couple of the big names for Collingwood.
I would have been happy with the disguise.
Would have been a lot of tape, Dino. Here's Lucas bringing it back. She's a good kick. Scotty's done it. Closing the gap.
Well, that was a much better snap. The last time, I reckon he went about 350 degrees to get back onto his left foot to snap it when he had a few options, but this was just a legitimate one step out of a clearance, just knowing where the goals are, and that's instinct. He's done that quite a few times in his career, and he's definitely enjoyed that opportunity.
They're working hard for their shots now, Essendon. They're just not getting easy conventional shots. Someone has to do something special.
First time tonight the Bombers have kicked consecutive goals. What about Scott Lucas? 12 goals since his return 3 weeks ago. Making a statement. Brown knocks it down. Prismal digs it out. Only as far as O'Brien spins away from one man. Takes them on. Penetrating kick. Inside the forward 50. Cloak was third man up. Falls in front. Dick. In he goes, Dick. Kicks it with the outside of the boot.
It's a nice finish.
It wasn't bad.
On his wrong foot. shows you how important that instinct is to play on from. This was a mark, but Harry decided that I'm just going to go here. I'm going to turn it offense or defense into offense as quick as I can. Yeah, there was a contest there, 2 tall targets, both manned up, but a loose crumb in space, and Brad Dick was able to swoop on it and finish it on his wrong foot.
Such a joy to watch, isn't he? It's only the second time he's played against the Bombers. The other was on Anzac Day 2007.
I mean, he's so slimly built, but he seems to be able to still hold his strength and his ground and his balance.
And Collingwood get back to that very cosy margin. Essendon hasn't gone away, though, have they?
Let him up now, let
It's
him up.
5 goals. It's a lot in the context of the night because it's been low scoring.
Roll up, guys.
But
No blocking.
they're keeping on going, the Bombers. Lockyer, toe poking it. Brown will fancy himself here. Did pretty well, Reamers. And then Brown's second effort, good. Lucas in his back.
Just there, Scotty. Just enough to put
He's
him in.
played 36 out of a possible 38 games, Brown. He's been very, very good. Lockyer to Beams. Across the ground. Shaw just showed a bit of it to Lloyd. He's been an Anzac medal winner, Shaw, in the past. Uncertain, and decides to go wide and then long. Anthony a target. Good contest. Pears, Dempsey, and then Dyson had to hack it forward.
Well done, Lonigan. And again, lacking support. Looked up. No one down the ground. Comes to Stanton. Stanton chips to half forward. Collision. Oh, arriving very strong down there was Thomas. Socket off the ground, but in the wrong direction by Turvey. Or was it Maxwell? Socket off the ground again by Stanton, wide of the mark.
Alan Davies' effort there is actually
Just a block,
swept the feet. This contest here was fantastic by both Davey and Thomas, but Alvin Davey was able to take the Collingwood player off his feet to try and create space for his teammate to have a shot at goal off the ground there.
I was pretty happy that a soccer goal finally missed. I mean, you're supposed to pick the ball up and kick it, not soccer it all the time, surely.
Heathshaw's got the footy on the outer side. Like to editorialise. Off hands. Dick. Not so flash. Swan back to Dick. Dick on the boundary line is centering kick. Almost Medhurst. Balls behind Anthony in desperate trouble. Medhurst a half chance. Stolen away by Dick. Slapped away by Dyson. In comes Lockyer. Picked up down there by Anthony. Down he went. Dyson. Love it. They weathered the storm. They're well-drilled, Essendon. If ever a group of players have bought into a system, I'd say it's them. Stanton comes on again. Strong tackle. The sack went down. And the umpire will ball it up.
Well, Matty Knights wouldn't have been happy at halftime, but I reckon he'd be pretty happy with some of the things he's seen in this quarter.
Yeah, they're fighting now.
Some great defensive pressure on Tuvey a moment ago. Beams continuing to get touches, kicks inside the 50. McPhee had to wait. Well, he rode it okay, and then Slattery under pressure. Pears, McPhee, just missed Welsh, needs a bounce. Free kick, Nutt didn't get a Didac, unlucky, back to Cloak. Cloak's penetrating handball to Aubrey. Then Aubrey, back to Cloak. Cloak. Waiting, well done. It was a good kick and Tuvey was onto it.
There was no one long. There was 3 or 4 Essendon defenders had dropped back. Probably just the Brad Dick and Leon Davis long forward. So Travis Cloak didn't want to go to that option.
To Didac, and then Didac kicks to full forward. Won't quite get there. Dick. Oh. He's a hard man to stop.
It's lively.
There's Lloyd. Is it left half back? Held on to it a while. Goes wide. Lovett Murray just inside the boundary line. Marvellous crowd. Good game of footy. The Bombers finding this tempo a little bit tough, but gee, they're having a crack. Down went Prismal. Down goes Davis. Slow whistle. Holding the ball.
No effort at all, Leon. No effort at all. Thank you.
Lonigan He can't believe it, but the ball is long gone down towards half forward. Goldsack got a fist on it. Wellingham went down. Pendlebury across to Nathan Brown.
Davis wide. Lloyd corrals him. Davis is okay with that. Beautiful kick to Nathan Brown. Brilliant kick by Davis.
He's got to pull up. Play on.
And then Brown loads up to fall forward. Anthony and Dick are there. Dick on the ground. Well done by Dempsey getting across. And then Wellingham runs it over.
Tried to soccer that through, didn't he, Lee?
Pick it up. These freak soccers, they're not supposed to happen that much, are they?
No.
Well, Dick's a bit like Davis. Most of his goals are after half-time, and he's... Oh, here's Fraser. Oh, that's a wonderful effort. He's going to love that. He's stood like a colossus tonight. He really has played like a giant, hasn't he? He's been magnificent.
He definitely enjoyed that too. He's taken the ball out of the ruck. Like him when he gets in this situation, he gets aggressive. He's prepared to do the body work early and give himself the space to move onto the ball. He's done it 2 or 3 times, and when he's doing that, you know he's playing his best footy.
What a wonderful response after Anzac Day, where he was pilloried. He's back in business tonight, having the last laugh. Wins it down again, decisively. Swan went to ground, leaping the pack like Timmy Watson is Tuvey. Kicks inside the forward 50, knocked down by Fletcher. Pendlebury went to ground. Well done, Dempsey comes away. Dyson, still they want the corridor. Hooker, Lovett Murray to Lovett. How often that happens. Kicks inside the forward 50. Davey. Oh, wonderful closing speed by O'Brien. Couldn't hang on. Goldsack to Brown to O'Brien. Back to Goldsack. Goldsack hugs the boundary line with a kick. Wonderful, effective kick taken there by Didak. On to Thomas. Thomas holds up. Fraser again. Doing much as he likes. Over the shoulder. Swan. Another possession. Fletcher. Right half back for the Bombers.
Just hanging on here, McPhee to Prismal. Back from Stanton. Well, they threw a lot at them, Essendon, but they didn't make any inroads. It was 3-4 to 3-2 Collingwood. And they stretched that 34-point lead to 36 at three-quarter time. 82 to 46. This is Friday Night Footy.
He's always been like that. At the forefront of problems in the AFL at times too. We think back to some of the racial issues. He stood firm on that. We like him a lot. 12-10, 6-10. Three-quarter time at the G on a Friday night.
You mentioned about getting numbers back in defence, Lee. There's no doubt that Collingwood's work rate's been high. They do definitely roll up. They support their defence very well, but their balance to be able to work hard forward as well is something that some clubs can't find the balance of. But Collingwood are in a good place at the moment.
Can ride a lift. Well, they got lift off. Socket off the ground there by Dyson. Lloyd. Reamers. Long kick, a spiral. Goes towards goal. Getting back is Maxwell. Well played by the skipper. Just knocked it across the line. No thought of a deliberate free kick there. Didak again. 31 possessions. Drives it towards the outer side. Awkward one, this one. How will it bounce? Lovett will be first back. Tuvey tracking him. He won't be nimble enough. Lovett. Well done, Stanton. Slips away. Monfries close to the boundary line. Pears tries to go to Stanton. That is okay. Short one beyond the half-forward flank, and the mark is taken by Lovett Murray.
And then Lovett Murray quickly on with a long, high one to full forward. Winderlick front spot. Shaw belts it away. Well, they sort of waited for it, the Bombers. O'Brien didn't. He was onto it in a hurry. Back to Swan, to Fraser. Fraser, Swan and Didak, three of the big stars for Collingwood tonight. Fraser's little kick to Dick. And a very good third quarter, Dick. That's a poor kick. Wellingham put under pressure. So the advantage given here's Reimers. Does he taking Fraser on a bit here? Then Reimers with a left foot, not all that good a kick. Trapped by Goldsack. Back to Goldsack. Onto him, Monfries.
Even though Essendon weren't able to get a score out of that last inside 50, as we see
Dempsey.
perhaps an errant hit there. Lovett Murray did get up on the lead and did drag Nick Maxwell out of that defensive 50. That's what Essendon will be trying to do this quarter.
Dempsey in trouble.
Might have caught one in the eye.
Bounce just outside the 50 then. Fraser could have almost got a free kick. Improvising was Tuvey. He bounces it out of bounds at the interchange gates.
Seeing they're dropping off so well, those Collingwood defenders, I wonder whether the Essendon have to try and get 5 or 6 of their forward, trying to bunch and play in a bit deep, 20 metres out, and try and give a bit more midfield space. Maybe that might suit their runners.
Fraser again doing much as he likes. Drives it towards half forward. Anthony bounced off his chest. Dick is outnumbered. That generally doesn't stop him. That was terrific play. Gets it back. Tuvey was the man who hand passed it to him, and Dick pops it inside the forward 50. Dane Swan's taken the mark. Coming up for his 25th possession. Well done, Brad Dick.
The thing about Dane Swan, he does get it all over the field. He does run hard. He gets back into the back 50, and he said at certain times he'll get deep into the forward line, but just he runs hard to get on the end of the next phase of play.
Remarkable athlete. Not a remarkable kick. Misses to the left-hand side. When he started, I think it's fair to say he looked like he'd become a journeyman. Well, he's anything but that now.
Do you know, Dennis, in the last, I think it's 24 years to be exact, only 2 Collingwood players have had 20 votes or more in a Brownlow medal. One of them sitting with us tonight, Nathan Buckley, and the other's Dane Swan. He might be a chance again this year, Swan.
Having a wonderful year. And Collingwood winning their share of matches, going for 6 straight tonight. Winderlick, who's been ineffective at the base of that pack, and the veteran umpire Kennedy wants it.
Just got to put this in. Bucks did do it 3 times, Dennis.
She was quick to tell you. So a bounce down towards left half forward. Fraser again got it to a teammate. Cloak applies a strong tackle on Welsh.
Everyone. Thank you. That's great. Thank you.
Look out.
Joshua, we're right now, please.
It's given me the cold shoulder, Bucks.
I haven't. Lee did it more than that, I'm sure.
Let's go throw this up, boys.
That's my man.
But he didn't win one, Bucks.
Did.
Fraser, Lockyer.
Just put out a second one. First one was okay, didn't it?
Heard Hayden Kennedy. So Lockyer from half forward.
Come out there, boys. Play on.
Lee Brown.
Stay out, Owen. There it is, Dustin. Thank you. Wait for it. Stay out. Stay out. Play on. Play on.
Trouble.
Oh,
And can Davey cut it off? He went off the ground. Goldsack did well. Stood up. Took the hit. Clever by O'Brien to Maxwell to O'Brien. Irresistible Collingwood at times. O'Brien running and bouncing a couple, and then decides to go with a high one to the pocket. Good mark. Hooker. It wasn't a great kick coming in. Now Reimers over the top. Slattery. He's got a couple of short ones on. He gets it back from Stanton now to Lovett Murray.
so again they've got to build from the back here. Lovett Murray, left half back. Little chip, Dyson. It's 15th possession, Dyson. Close to the boundary line. How's that? Standing right on the boundary, Monfries. Monfries drives towards half forward. Heath Shaw got a fist on it. Well controlled by Wellingham. Wonderful reflexes to Pendlebury. O'Brien, Lockyer, Davis just creeping onto the ground like a librarian. Kicks it down towards half forward. Missed down there by Fletcher. Goes back. Tries to flick it across to Hocking. Oh, well, there you go. What was that?
Very strong play from Hocking, and
Just start.
ability to hold his feet here and ended up flipping Medhurst off him.
Medhurst with the
koala tackle.
I think it was the flying leg scissors. Hocking goes back. Whoops. Hooker had a slip. Still took the mark to Lucas. Seen him back deep a few times tonight.
Essendon just haven't been able to find the corridor early this quarter. They've been slow and they've been wide, which is not what we've seen of them when they play their best footy.
It was a good mark. May have hurt his shoulder in the process. Prismal towards half forward. Stanton.
It's what happened to them in the second quarter a bit too. They just couldn't penetrate. And that's danger. Didak, well, he nearly got him the first time. Releases Beams. Now Cloak running. Beams decide to go back. Well, that was interesting. Medhurst to Beams. Now Cloak's in a spot where he could do some damage. Well done by Slattery to hold his feet. Tackle on Anthony's a good one. Medhurst went to ground. Stanton, Didak, almost. Then Anthony. Didak still might get a crack at it. No, McPhee. Stanton. So the Bombers bring it out. Lucas backtracks, goes back to Prismal, to Dyson. Some tied players here. Back to Lucas. Lucas through the centre. Can this kick be a telling one? Well, he's found Skipworth. And the Bombers build his pairs.
To half forward. Winderlick will need to go. Clever by Wellingham. Got the fist in to the advantage of Lockyer. Fraser like a rover through midfield. Thomas around Pears. Short one to half forward and Beams. Cruising past Thomas. Pears did well to run with him. Beams onto the chest of Cloak. Can't deny the spirit of Essendon. Can't deny the class of Collingwood.
Travis Cloak's work rate as good as any, but he's actually been allowed the luxury of playing deeper tonight. He hasn't had to push up wide outside 50, and he's been more effective because of it.
Nice angle for a left footer at his fourth. This has been a tricky end though, and this one goes the other way. Reverse swing off hands, out of bounds.
He's had a lot of shots tonight, Cloak. He's been in some dangerous positions. 3 so far. Collingwood still sit on this 6-goal lead. Fraser got a fist to it, or a finger really. And again the Bombers.
Holding the ball. 2 Collingwood players holding it in. Your kick, Brent. Prismal. Shut.
Again the Bombers defending hard. Now Prismal wide.
Thank you.
Slattery just can't break a line in a hurry here, can they? They can't penetrate. Hocking. Slattery, love it. Who can usually break a line. Goes through the centre. Kicks to half forward. Lloyd, big fly. She hurt Swan on the way down, and then Winderlick's kick inside. Back to Prismal. Little kick a bit too cute. And then Stanton, that's not good. Davis, O'Brien. Davey couldn't bring him down. And now Thomas in the back half. That's a lovely, lovely kick.
Cloak didn't break stride. Almost a spiral downwards forward. The involuntary fist came from Hooker. Down goes Dick over the top. Slattery tied up. Umpire just lurking.
On now.
Decides to ball it up. And I tell you what,
Here we go.
Matthew Lloyd plays with an edge.
Yeah,
He's taken a bit. He doesn't mind giving a bit.
Yeah, Swanee was a bit unlucky that he had one of the older school players forwards coming up against him.
Anthony just shepherds it through. Beams kicked the goal.
They have been consistently good with their pressure, Collingwood. They haven't allowed Essendon to have the same freedom that they enjoyed in the first quarter, and they really have been able to dominate with their positioning and discipline around stoppages and their endeavour to pressure, and that was a fantastic goal. As Swanee sucks in a few big ones, I think that knee got him right where it hurts.
He's the only teenager out there for Collingwood tonight. First-year player. The only first-year player for either team, Beams. He's played 6 of the first 8 games and now the last couple, so he's doing a terrific job in his first season. And Collingwood's certainly safe now. Let's see if the Bombers can respond. Love it. Good kick to Winderlick. Lloyd takes off. Winderlick holds it up now. Again, Lloyd leading for him. And then Winderlick's low kick.
Scott Lucas.
Well, he
Just back about a metre.
took the mark in the end. He's interesting, Lucas. Dennis talked about the goals since he's come back.
Thanks, Dave.
He's kicked 12 and this is his 4th game back, so you've got to be happy with that. Doesn't look like he's going to tear a game apart anymore, does he? But he's doing a bit.
He's moving better than he was 6 weeks ago.
Can he kick a 3rd goal here? Looks good off the boot.
Sure.
So he's got 3, Scotty.
And he's roamed far and wide, but he's actually got a bit of ball in hands. He's had 13 kicks, 5 handballs, 3 goals. He's certainly got those 3 goals, obviously, in the forward line, but he's actually got right upfield quite often as well. So he's been covering a lot of ground. But I've been really impressed by the Collingwood back 6, the way they're working together. That's a really solid group at the moment.
They certainly have mixed emotions. He knows they've worked pretty hard tonight, but Collingwood have had too much. 466 career goals now for Scotty Lucas, who passed him at Brereton tonight, 464. Tuvey combines with Shaw over the top beams, growing in stature. Those tattoos stick together. Long kick inside the forward 50 from Swan. Getting back is Hocking. Hocking a bit of a fumble, needs to be careful now. Flicks it out. Lonigan. McPhee. Short one. Almost devoid of ideas now, though. Strong tackle by Lockyer, making no concessions. Anthony's over the football. Could be holding it, I think. Now the umpire will come in and ball it up.
Spilled in the tackle. Thank you.
Boy, just this little fumble. As soon as you fumble the ball once, the opposition tackler's going to be at you, and Skipworth just didn't take it first field.
Hocking again. Lonigan, Skipworth, that's better. Welsh, McPhee from half back. A well done cloak. Cut down the angle, thumped it out of bounds.
So another great crowd at the Melbourne Cricket Ground tonight. 77,699. So in the last 2 weeks, over 160,000 to see Essendon Carlton and Essendon Collingwood tonight. Maybe the threat of rain kept 5,000 away, but it's still a great crowd. 78,000 basically.
Freezing too.
Play on me.
It is cold.
Right on the 50.
You had to go at Tim for saying that earlier.
Well, Tim hasn't spoken for a half. He's frozen, I think.
Play on.
Hooker. Well done, Winderlick. Oh, that's high, surely. And the Hooker just paddling it forward. Dyson on the up. Slattery's look away. But Tuvey has been pretty good, I reckon. Hacks it forward. And Mr. Gadget, what a remarkable player he still is, Fletcher. 34 years of age. Notice with Medhurst tonight, he just hasn't been able to get off the ground as well. He's had a lot of ankle problems this year, trying to run himself back into the form that won him All-Australian selection last year. Here's Remus.
Remus to half forward. Davey hit pretty hard by O'Brien. Gets a free kick. They're making no concessions. Davey across the ground to Winderlick. Winderlick alongside those centre circles. Daly the 15. Welsh. Chips just outside the 50. Dyson.
Thank you.
Taking it forward by degrees. Lucas drifting back.
Move it on. Play on.
I think she's just about done. Fletcher.
Me.
Winderlick. Oh, O'Brien knocked it down in front. Prismal gave it across towards Winderlick. Winderlick put a teammate under pressure. Eventually Hocking's got it. Got it from Slattery. Goes down towards full forward. Getting a fist on it, going back is Brown, and he knocks it across the line. They've got all the answers, Collingwood, at the moment. Lockyer to Shaw.
Spoke about that back group, and Shaw and Maxwell tend to play the float off roles. Pressure Tacoma, Brown take the big guys. O'Brien's flexible. That's a pretty good back six.
Pendlebury, good solid return for him tonight. Just had the 1 week out with a knee after the Sydney game. Lockyer, penetrating kick, and a good kick, Dick almost. Wellingham busy by the Medhurst, brilliant kick.
Here.
Very constructive Medhurst.
Yeah, when he gets the ball here with about 55, 60 out, I don't think there's many better players in the competition. Steve Johnson's very good at it, the creativity of his use into forward 50, but Paul Medhurst is challenging Johnson in that area because he plays on quickly and he's got great vision and the ability to put the ball to advantage with any number of kicks.
Kicked a couple of goals last week against Fremantle Beams. A chance to kick a couple tonight against the Bombers. Played very well, the teenager, the rookie.
He's had a solid game, 24 touches, 8 marks, 6 inside 50s, a couple of goals. He's fitted in very well. No doubt that he came onto the scene with big raps. He's a serious young unit, and he's got high ambitions to make a career out of this game, and he's definitely started it well.
(95-54). Fraser goes after it. Didak, Swan, close to the boundary line then. Prismal, love it, feigns a hand pass, hangs on.
Lonigan over the top to Dempsey, and then Dempsey draws a man to him. Difficult for Lloyd. Did pretty well actually, Lloyd. Here's Swan. Lee talked about the coverage from Swan. He's at both ends. Presti caught, and now Goldsack wrapped up.
Well done there. That's the ball control that I was speaking about that Essendon did so well in the first quarter. Goldsack there, his ability to hold that in that tackle and draw this ball up. So good play.
Ryder, and then Maxwell's kick just couldn't get much on it, and Remus marks within distance, you would think. Kicked the third quarter goal to start the second half. Hasn't played a lot of footy this year, so his second half will be a bonus. He's played the last 3 games. Such an impact in his second year last year, and that one just hooking it. And it's been a bit of a story tonight. It hasn't been the difference, but early on it did make a difference, not being able to convert from the set shot.
To the good grab.
Back behind Mark Thomas, play on.
Thomas still doesn't get enough of it. Pendlebury on the outer side, right on the boundary line.
19.
Taking his own sweet time, goes down towards half forward, and Dick.
Courtney! Back to meter, please. That's it there.
Dick coming up for 17. Just outside the 50, sets it up towards full forward. Cloak always. Always and forever.
Got to pick you up there, Dan. 19 touches in 60 minutes of footy.
Who's that?
Dale Thomas, and a couple of goals.
Well, we've seen this play a bit tonight, haven't we, where the Essendon defender has taken the front spot and the ball's just drifted long, and the Collingwood forward has just been able to hold them under it.
Cloak comes in and kicks the goal. He's got 4.
He has played a lot deeper.
Yeah,
there's no
right
doubt
tonight,
that. And when Collingwood are moving the ball quickly through the midfield, it allows that luxury. I mean, John Anthony's a good tall target forward, but mainly on the lead. Travis Cloak with the dominance that Collingwood have enjoyed through the midfield since quarter time, has been afforded the luxury of playing deeper. He's actually situated in the goal square at the moment on McPhee, and that was a great contested mark.
So Cloak, Tom Cruise looking on.
Still asking questions.
Yeah, well, he would have liked that. Marks inside 50 in the second half, 16-4 Collingwood, and that they came into this game number 2 in the competition, only behind Geelong for marks inside 50, the Pies. So the first of a couple of big Friday nights for Collingwood. The Bulldogs next week. Essendon, of course, have been prominent on Friday night over the last few. Dyson's long ball forward. Gee, splitting the pack again, Lloyd, but taking a couple down with him, including his old mate Lucas. Lockyer running hard to O'Brien. Davey can't get him. Gee, that's a wonderful mark by Davis. O'Brien has a lot of penetration in his kicks, doesn't he? And Davis wide. Dick trying to bring it back to Cloak.
And we've talked about the hard running of the Collingwood team. Well, they're about to have about an interchange about once a minute. They'll get up towards 120, and the fact that they just keep players freshening them up on the bench every now and again just enables some of these guys just to burst run extremely well.
Dempsey tracks it back towards the boundary line. Looks inboard to Fletcher. Fletcher across the ground. Reimers wearing his lucky boots. He changed them at half-time. Wheels around. Short one back to the corridor. Taken by Hocking into Mines Hocking. Here's a man who can run and carry. Lovett down towards half forward. Good Shepherd bought him some more time. Lovett runs inside the 50. What a beautiful finish. Too little, too late.
It was a lovely finish, but there's an Essendon player that had a part to play that won't be in the screen here. To the left, Reimers actually, Hocking looked around to handball to him, and Reimers was pointing to Lovett in the centre corridor. So that's a great unselfish play, and Hocking turned back, gave it to Lovett, and then Lovett did the rest through the corridor, and a little less pressure than Collingwood have been able to put on for the majority of the match.
He had a spectacular last quarter last week, Lovett. He made the big run on Anzac Day to give Essendon some hope. So Collingwood 40 points to the better. Didak, another remarkable night for him in terms of numbers. Well done, Lonergan, fetched it cleverly. Lucas, Wellingham picked it up quickly. Didn't really look, and Fletcher's got hold of it. Pressure, but Pear's okay to Reimers. And Reimers, not a good handball. Skipworth did very well, actually. Hocking getting hold of it. Coming from Pears, good kick. They've battled hard, haven't they, Essendon? You've got to give them some credit here.
Well, this is the part of the game. They really haven't been able to get much of the ball sort of deeper in. That one where Lovett broke the 50-metre line. We haven't seen too much of Essendon's ability to run through and have shots from running midfield plays.
Well, it'd be a good chance from here, Stanton. Got the carry. Not quite. Lovett Murray was the big flyer. And nearly touching the line. A 40-point margin. And for Mickey Moldhouse, he goes past Tom Hafey tonight in number of wins. He's now coached Collingwood for the same number of games as Lee Matthews. And for only the second time under Mickey, Collingwood are going to win 6 in a row.
What you going to say past Tom Cruise as the ball comes back towards the middle. Good strong mark in front, taken by, you guessed it, the veteran. Still going. Matthew Lloyd, Presti, annoyed with himself. So the Rain Man is in the house, and the rain stopped earlier tonight. And right now, the Magpie fans have dried and gone to heaven. They're headed for 6 straight. Lloyd at his second. And a tough night. It's been a good battle. But not the first time. It's a straight kick.
Yes, he's done a good job, as he always does. Preston Jacoma on Lloyd. He's had plenty of help, I think, from his Collingwood defenders, particularly Heath Shaw and Nick Maxwell, who've tried to sort of get off and make sure there's not too many easy one-on-one contests, but still keeping Lloyd to 3 shots at goal. You'd have to be very happy with that from Collingwood's point of view.
So we're back to that half-time margin. They've held their ground. So, Mickey, you're going past Tom Hafey. So only Alan Jeans, Kevin Sheedy and Jock McHale have won more games as a coach. Swan, Reimers, love it. Again, a terrific tackle from Wellingham. And then Didak, insatiable appetite at the moment. O'Brien was involved. Beams has been good. Swan, Didak's running hard inside of him. He might be rewarded now. He's done the team thing and finds Davis. He worked his butt off there, did Didak.
Well, it's like the pennies dropped for him. This is his 4th week. Well, they have 30 plus touches. We know that he's had the skill. We know that he's had the speed and the smarts. But now he's adding that work rate over 4 quarters to his game, and that's a dangerous sign for the rest of the competition.
So can Davis add a 2nd goal tonight? Coming back and just hooking. So Collingwood do make it 6 straight. So they maintain that grip on the top 4, don't they, Collingwood? That's a big win against a spirited opposition. Essendon certainly didn't go away. And let's go down and join Tim, who's with Josh Fraser.
Well, Josh, an outstanding performance from Collingwood, particularly after quarter time.
Yeah, we started off probably a bit slow, but Essendon are a quality side, so there's always going to be a 4-quarter effort, and the boys fought it really well. It was a great win.
Did you feel like you owed them one after the Anzac Day fade out?
Not really, mate. No, I mean you can't make up for something that happened in round 5 or 6, whatever it was. But we know we've got to keep winning games of footy to continue to set ourselves up for the rest of the year. And tonight was as good a challenge as we're going to get. So, as I said, the boys played really well.
On setting yourselves up for the rest of the year, you've won 6 in a row now. Everybody's still talking about Geelong and St Kilda being the premiership favourites. Do you feel like you're making some ground on them?
You keep talking about Geelong and St Kilda. It doesn't worry us. We'll just we're going about our business. We're working hard and we're getting the results at the moment. So we'll just keep chipping away.
You feel as a team, though, you're improving the longer the season goes?
Yeah, quietly, mate. We're getting there.
Good on you, Josh. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Tim. So the final scores here. Collingwood, really the 2nd quarter doing the damage when you look back now. 15 goals, 12 to Essendon, 9 goals, 13. So back to you, Tim, with Harry O'Brien.
Well, Bruce, the first question Harry asked me was how the story came out during the week. We played it at half-time. It was outstanding, Harry.
Oh, thanks, mate. You did a good job.
Harry, we spoke during the week, and you said to me that you prefer not to play on the small blokes. You picked up Alan Davey tonight. How'd you find him?
Oh, he's just too quick, really. Yeah. When he's at full pace, you can't really do too much. So got to try and keep goal side of him.
Your back line was outstanding tonight.
Yeah. Nick Maxwell really leads us well, and you got Presty, and yeah, it's really good.
And your own performance tonight, how do you reckon you went? I know you're a pretty tough judge.
Yeah, I contributed, which was the good thing. I think we had contributors all across the board, so it was good. Yeah,
you certainly did. It was a great performance from Collingwood tonight.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
Good on you, Harry.
Yeah, good on you, Tim. Good stuff. Last time Collingwood finished top 4 was 2003. They're in a good spot. We know what happened in 03 when they finished top 4. They've been in finals the last 3 years, but not top 4. But they've given themselves a chance here, that's for sure.
Yeah, if you're going to be serious about being a premier, you need to be top 4. You need to give yourself a double chance going into September. It's been something that good Collingwood sides of recent times haven't necessarily been able to do, but this Collingwood side looks like they're winning the games that they need to win to put themselves in that position. And when September comes around, it's a whole new season where that double chance becomes invaluable.
So final scores here on the Friday night game at the G. Collingwood 102 to Essendon 67.